Welcome to 92 Amazing Facts about Sara Duterte, Part 1 of 2. Sara Duterte is the third female vice president and the third vice president to come from Mindanao, and the youngest vice president in Philippine history. 2. Sara Duterte was Davao City's vice mayor from 2007 to 2010. 3. Sara Duterte graduated from San Pedro College, initially aiming to pursue a medical career. 4. Sara Duterte was elected as Davao City's vice mayor in 2007, before eventually being elected as the city's mayor from 2010 until 2013, succeeding her father and becoming the youngest and the first female mayor of the city. 5. Sara Duterte was an influential figure in national politics during her father's presidency, forming alliances with several political parties and playing a key role in the ouster of Pantaleon Alvarez as the Speaker of the House of Representatives in 2018. Six. Sara Duterte became the vice president on June 30, 2022, and was inaugurated 11 days earlier in Davao City. 7. In November 2024, Sara Duterte claimed that she had communicated with a contract killer to target President Marcos, his wife Liza, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez in the event of herself being assassinated. 8. On February 5, 2025, Sara Duterte was impeached by the House of Representatives. 9. Sara Duterte became the first sitting vice president, as well as the fourth official in Philippine history, to be impeached. 10. Sara Zimmerman Duterte was born at Davao Doctors Hospital in Davao City on May 31, 1978. 11. Sara Duterte is the second child to then lawyer, later President Rodrigo Duterte, and flight attendant Elizabeth Zimmerman. 12. Sara Duterte's great-grandfather was German-American, having fled to the Philippines from the United States. 13. Once he left his wife Elizabeth in the 1990s, Sara Duterte stayed with her mother, and up to the time she was mayor, Sara Duterte considered her relationship with her father as not very close. Sara Duterte attended San Pedro College, majoring in BS Respiratory Therapy, and graduated in 1999. In her inaugural speech as mayor of Davao City, Sara Duterte said she originally wanted to be a pediatrician instead of a politician. 15. Sara Duterte then worked for a few months as a court attorney at the Office of Supreme Court Associate Justice Romeo Callejo Sr. 16. Sara Duterte was elected vice mayor in 2007 with over 330,000 votes, defeating lone opponent Jeff Ho and succeeding Luis Bongayan. 17. Sara Duterte served under her father for one term until 2010 and concurrently served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators from 2007 to 2010. In 2010, Sara Duterte was elected mayor, becoming the first female mayor of the city, as well as being the youngest to have been elected, as she turned 32 years old just weeks after being proclaimed winner. 19. Sara Duterte won over House Speaker Prospero Nograles, her father's political rival, in a lead of 200,000 votes in the 2010 elections. 20. Sara Duterte was the first woman to hold the position and the first to be appointed from the government sector since the reorganization of the council in 1986. 21. On July 1, 2011, Sara Duterte gained national attention when she punched Abe Andres, the Davao City Regional Trial Court Sheriff, over the demolition of shanties in Barangay Capitan Tomas Monteverde Sr. 22. Sara Duterte had earlier asked the court and the demolition team to delay the demolition. 23. Sara Duterte promoted the city as a tourism and investment destination, introducing the Davao Life is Here tagline to market the city in 2011. 24. Sara Duterte decided not to seek re-election in 2013 to give way to her father Rodrigo. 25. Sara Duterte turned down her father's offer to run for representative of Davao City's 1st District. 26. Sara Duterte ran again for the mayoralty post for Davao City in the 2016 elections and won the position, succeeding her father for the second time. 27. 3 days later, Sara Duterte's doctor informed her that she had a miscarriage with 2 of her 3 fetuses, which she revealed during a speech on September 8, 2016. 28. Sara Duterte ran for re-election in the 2019 elections and was successful. 29. Sara Duterte established the Peace 911 program to address the local communist rebellion through a human-centered approach, bringing several government services to far-flung areas. 30. Sara Duterte's administration established the King Gabriel Hotline for reporting child abuse anonymously. 31. Sara Duterte's administration oversaw the city's COVID-19 vaccination program when the national government began its vaccination program in early 2021. 32. Sara Duterte was considered by many political commentators as her father's successor after her role as a power broker in the 2019 midterm elections. 33. Sara Duterte said this was to meet her supporters halfway, who had been previously asking her to run for president, and credited Senator Amy Marcos with convincing her to run for the position. 34. Sara Duterte was then adopted and endorsed by Partido Federal NG Pilipinas as the running mate of former Senator Bongbong Marcos, and soon afterwards was endorsed by the PRP. 35. Sara Duterte became the vice president-elect, winning the election with 32,208,417 votes with a margin of 20 million over her closest rival, Senator Francis Pangilinan. 36. Sara Duterte became the first vice president to be elected by a majority since the 1986 elections and the largest majority since 1969. 37. Sara Duterte earned the most votes for any office in a single winner election in Philippine history. 38. Sara Duterte was the first vice president from Davao City, the youngest to become vice president at the age of 44. The third woman to hold the post after Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and Leni Robredo, the third vice president who is a child of a president after Salvador Laurel and Arroyo. The third vice president to come from Mindanao after Emmanuel Peláez and Teofisto Guingona Jr. 39. Sara Duterte was inaugurated in Davao City on June 19, 2022, but only officially started her term on June 30th in accordance with the Constitution. 40. On March 9, 2023, Sara Duterte launched the Magnegosyo Tade program, which aims to financially support women and LGBTQIA+ members, alongside other marginalized sectors, by facilitating a business-friendly environment and encouraging the growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises. 41. From July 2022 to October 2023, Sara Duterte's OVP was able to provide worth of medical assistance to 106,958 beneficiaries, with the Office Burial Assistance Program providing worth of assistance to 22,470 families. 42. Sara Duterte met with several Japanese officials and paid a courtesy call on Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Kindly watch part 2 of Amazing Facts about Sara Duterte.